can stay here, that's fine. Hi guys, and welcome to today's video where I am joined by Sirius, who doesn't want to leave apparently today. He's been very clingy like recently. During the first trimester not so much, but during the second trimester he's been like laying on my belly, putting his nose next to my belly, so that's really cute. You're being a cute big brother. Yes. Anyway, today's video is very overdue because it is my first trimester of pregnancy video, which is kind of like a summary, not really, of what happened to me during this first trimester. I am currently halfway through the second trimester, so the first trimester video was overdue. So, my baby is due November 15th of 2022. He or she, we don't know, was 6 centimeters at the first scan, which was at 12 weeks, I think, or 11. I think it was 12 weeks. So he was perfectly in the middle of the charts and stuff, doing perfectly fine. The heartbeat was very high, 158 to 160, I think. Depending on when she measured, but yeah, that's a very like fast, healthy heartbeat. What are you doing? So I want to go through symptoms I had, cravings I had, and stuff that helped me, just because, well, first of all, I want to remember, and also I feel like you hear a lot of people going, oh my god, pregnancy is so like brilliant and glowing and whatever. It's not always like that. And there's much more to pregnancy than morning sickness, God knows. So symptoms for me were nausea, a lot of nausea, but not just only in the morning, like all day morning sickness, all day sickness, vomiting, losing weight because I was vomiting so much, not being able to eat much, like literally for 2 weeks I was only eating cream cheese with garlic on toast. That was the only thing that I was able to eat. Like one toast for lunch, one toast for dinner, so that was not very nutritious. But anyway, that's a thing that happened to me, but it's a very classic one. Morning sickness, vomiting, that's classic, so we're not going to go too much into that. I was also extremely tired, which is another thing that is apparently very classic in pregnancy. I remember in, I think, March or April, I had a week off work and I slept literally 12 hours per night, and then I would do a 2-hour nap in the morning, 2-hour nap in the afternoon. So that's 16 hours of sleep per day because I was so tired. Work was very stressful and demanding at the time, which is why I was like overtired probably. But yeah, that was a moment in my life where like I was feeling like I couldn't do anything anymore. I was like, all I do is sleep and then puke. What's wrong with me? So that was fun. And the bit that I want to like spend a bit more time explaining what's happening is the ligament pains and like pelvic floor pain and stuff like that, because it is a bit more specific to me, because I have some form of EDS, not a very like life-altering one, but my EDS is mostly translated within, well, ear issues and stuff, like ear infections, but that's not the problem. My main issue is with my ligaments, which are terrible, basically. Your ligament is supposed to be a bit stretchy, but not like overly stretchy. The ligament is the bit that holds your bone inside the socket, basically, for example. Ligaments also hold your uterus inside of you. So ligament pain and like ligament trouble in my fingers, shoulders, ankles and stuff, I'm used to that. I had never had pain in like due to the ligaments of my uterus, because uterus the uterus is usually very small, but because you're pregnant, it gets bigger, and also because baby is moving, it basically goes like bungee jumping on the ligaments, and it hurts so much. Every time baby is moving, the ligaments goes, no, I'm not gonna hold on. So your uterus is just like bouncing around, and the ligament stretches more than it's supposed to stretch, and it's really painful. So I've had a pregnancy belt since maybe 8 or 9 weeks pregnant, and that really helped for a while. And now baby is bigger. It's like, I think 25-ish centimeters and like 500 grams. We're going to the scan in a few days, so I don't know for sure, but my pregnancy app is telling me those numbers, which is heavier obviously, and there's a lot of fluid in the uterus, and yeah, it hurts, basically it hurts. And that's because my ligaments are crap. Another place where, if I understood correctly, my crappy ligaments are not helping is pelvic floor pain. So basically, you've got bones in your pelvis, and they're going to open up at birth to let baby go through. Because everything is so bouncy down there, those bones are already moving and kind of like grinding against each other. Bone on bone grinding action. That is also very painful. So that's the second like not so common thing that is happening to me. And yeah, I would not recommend that. It's hard. There's some days that I just want to like stay curled up in a ball. Not in a bowl, in a ball. There's some days where I feel like I can't do anything, and there's some days where I feel like no position, sitting, laying, standing, walking, nothing helps. So, but there's also good days. I mean, sometimes I'm like, hey, it doesn't hurt that bad today. My bones aren't touching today. It's just the uterus ligaments, so that's fine. Today is one of those days, like it's pulling everywhere and baby's kicking, and I've got kind of like a sore point because baby's been kicking here for a few days. So it's kind of like a bruise, I think, because I bruise super easily, like really easily. Also, I had issues, I had like bloody nose or bloody gums frequently, but not that frequently. Like bloody gums every 3 days, bloody nose every 3 months maybe. This pregnancy, I've had bloody gums almost every day, if not twice a day. And I've had a bloody nose sometimes for a week straight, every day. My nose bleeds for nothing. Like, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, oh, I feel like I want a tissue. Blow in a tissue and it's just blood everywhere. Hey, Swan. Don't kick the camera. Thank you. Come here. Swan. No, you just want to lay down here. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, bloody nose is a thing. Apparently it's because my like blood vessels and stuff have always been like weak, on the weak side. When I get blood drawn, it bursts, and then I get bruises and stuff. It bursts. It doesn't burst every time because I got my blood drawn yesterday, and she was very delicate, and it's fine. But like sometimes I get like a huge bruise for 10 days because the vein just like bursted. So that's fun. And basically because you've got more blood and more like increased blood flow for the baby, they're gonna like rupture for no reason. So bloody nose, that was fun. That's a fun thing. I think we're done for the symptoms part. I'm gonna try to make it not a too long video. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was food cravings, because I want to remember them. So I talked about the cream cheese and garlic part. That lasted like 2 or 3 weeks. Toasts, mostly dairy, like cheese, yogurt, milk, like dairy-ish product. Cream cheese is also dairy. So mostly dairy. I had a bit where all I could eat was applesauce, but like not straight apple. I don't know if it's a thing in other countries, but we have apple and apricot sauce, apple and pear, apple and blah blah blah. And I could only eat the very sour one, so basically apple and blueberry and apple and apricot. Those are the most, I can speak, the most sour, and those were the only one I could eat, because it would help, I guess, with like the sore throat and puking and stuff, because also I got the flu at some point, so that was fun. Lost another 3 kilos, I think, around those time. So yeah, that happened. So applesauce was definitely a great help. And then basically anything cold, like for a month or a month and a half, I couldn't eat cold stuff. Like, I made a very delicious looking vegetables and pasta casserole, and just the thought of it was making me puke, so that was not very fun. I was only eating cold stuff. I was drinking cold sparkling water. That helped a lot. I don't know the science behind that, but that helped a lot with nausea. What other cravings? I don't think I did like have weird craving, as in like putting a pickle in a yogurt or whatever. But I had like weeks where I would eat only one stuff, and then the next week that stuff was disgusting to me, and so it would sit in the fridge until I could like stomach eating that again. So yeah, there's still like a jar of olive. I don't normally like olives. At some point I was like, oh my god, I crave olives. So I got a jar, ate like a third of it, the rest is in the fridge. Who knows when that would get eaten. And I think that's all that I wanted to talk about. Symptoms and food cravings are the 2 big things during the first trimester. In my second trimester video, I'm going to talk more about like making the baby registry and baby nursery and stuff like that, like more fun stuff. But for the first trimester, basically I was miserable. I still have days where I am miserable. I am off of work. I've been off of work since, I think, June 10th. So it's definitely made it easier to get rest and to like not put so much stress on myself, because work, like I do have a very physical and demanding job. So that was becoming too hard on me. But yeah, I wanted to make this video to remember myself, but other people maybe, that it doesn't have to be all like beautiful and pink and sparkle and stuff. Pregnancy is difficult. You're growing another human inside of you. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It makes me happy and it really helps the channel. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to get notification every time I upload. You can also click here to go watch another video of mine. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye!